recording and then share my screen. Remember, you're saying focus. Welcome, Team Happy and Fit, to our pre-post summit Zoom that is going to teach you something on how to be a better coach, on how you can rock your own story your own way. I'm really excited to kick us off, so let's go ahead and start. Go ahead, Dana, I can see you. Can you see my screen? Awesome, thanks for the head nod. So I am going to go ahead and get this started. I don't know how to run this as a thing. I'm just doing it this way. So Summit 2016, Team Happy and Fit, what up? So good to have you here. Announcements before we get started. Super Saturday, comment below in the comments if you're going to Super Saturday. It is so important to get to a live event. Shout out to you guys who are hosting your own. I've never done that. I'm driving an hour and a half away to get to a Super Saturday. Our Emerald group is starting off. Comment below if you're in that Emerald group. Shout out to Suzanne, who became an Emerald today. Shout out to Callie, who's halfway to Emerald. Shout out to Sherry, who's halfway to Emerald. You guys are crushing it. If you go through that Emerald training, I'm telling you, you are going to treat your business the way you wanted and needed to treat it. It's just going to help you. Rock the Basics is kicking off on Monday. I've seen a handful of you already in it, and I'm commenting back already. We need to make sure that we're getting into that. I did Rock the Basics. That training works. You just have to commit to it. I know it's not convenient, but guess what? Success isn't convenient, but it is so worth it. Sneak peek this Monday night. Our goal should be to get 5 people in that sneak peek. If you are doing that Emerald group, you already know the homework for the Emerald group. You should have 5 people to talk to from that list of 50 to invite them to the sneak peek. Oh man, Julian, I didn't think about the sneak peek and inviting them in there. That's going to be a party. That sneak peek is going to handle all the uncomfortable things you don't want to handle. So let us do that for you. Just get your people in there. I'm sure you guys want to go Emerald. I'm sure you guys want to go Diamond. I'm sure you want to get closer to your goals. Definitely. So I want you to think about this real fast. If you are not muted, if you could mute yourself, that would be so amazing. You can mute yourself. Thank you. I refuse to live my life that way. I want to give you an example. I was having a conversation with someone, and they were telling me that they wake up at 6 a.m. and they work all the way until midnight. They had just become a Beachbody coach, not on our team. And it's funny because I was talking to her about Beachbody coaching, and I followed up with her, and she signed up to be a coach, not with me, but that's totally fine. And she's like, I just don't have the time. And I said, well, 1, I don't believe that. 2, you should go listen to the Confidence on the Go podcast. I sent it to her that says, I do have enough time. And 3, I asked her this question: are you going to be tired of living your life that way? It just hit me, you guys, that this opportunity is a game changer for so many people, but I don't think they realize that. I don't think they realize that this is going to be their ticket to not have to get up at 6 a.m. and work until midnight. I don't know about you guys, but I want to be around for my future family. If I have a family, if you have a family, I want to be fully present with them. I don't want to live a life on the rhythm of rush. And I know you want the same things. So let your why be so grand, so big. Do you want to know what my why is? To sit around the dinner table with my family. And I'll explain that in a little bit. So what's your why? Grow yourself, then grow other people. Do not expect in this business, in coaching, to be able to help so many people if you're not daily growing yourself. That means the 4 vital behaviors. You're starting a program and you're finishing it. I was a chronic program user. I would grab one from here and do that, do this workout, and it was all over the place until I found Max, and that was my jam. And I started it and completed it, and I did that with 22-minute hardcore. I'm doing that with hammer and chisel, and I feel amazing. It gives me so much satisfaction. Drinking my shake every single day. PD, I think, is the most important vital behavior because we struggle. Life happens. So if you are struggling with self-doubt, negativity, Lizzie just posted that she's like freaking killing it and someone's trying to bring her down with negativity. But because she's been training her mind, she's like, I'm going. You're not going to drag me down. I know I'm not going to let tiny minds get in the way of my own success. You have to feed your brain, and then you invite, and then you do those other things. So emotional, give people a reason to care. When you connect with people emotionally, you move them. Liz Colborn just called me up today crying in the most beautiful way. She's like, I hate you. I don't know. I don't think she said hate me. She's like, I don't like you right now. And I was like, why don't you like me? Because I talked to her about connecting with her team and finding their whys. And she's like, Julianne, I found their whys. And she said, this is so much deeper. This is so much deeper, more deep than a workout program and a shake that we have every day. This is freaking life that my coaches that I love so much and care so much about are dealing with, and I want to help them. Connect emotionally, you guys. Connect emotionally. So Liz, shout out to you. I was convicted by that. It was amazing. Write this down. The start stops most people. How many people have you tried to help? They get in your challenge group, they leave. They're done. You don't hear from them. The start stops most people, you guys. With coaching, they're overwhelmed, or the start. All you have to do is start. Starting a program, right? To finishing it, the start actually stops most people. Don't be that. Provide a simple, unrelying, I think, message. I don't know what I was trying to say there. What is to come and what's possible for others. Show other people what they can do if they simply just start. Have conviction. So, do you want to know the answer why most people quit? So, I'm not even going to tell you how many coach cancellation emails I get in a month. I get it all the time, you guys, but I'm not letting that slow my pace. I'm not going to let a no and not yet. Some of my closest friends not even being able to tell me that they're quitting or struggling with this and with that. Why most people quit is patience. They don't have enough patience. They don't have enough patience to realize that their physical transformation might be happening a month from now. They want that quick fix. Not everyone's willing to be patient. I've been in this for 2 years. And if you really think about that, that's not that long of a time. But from when I started to where I am now, do you want to know how many people quit? I can't even count. They didn't have patience. I honestly think they probably questioned themselves about that because it's easy, hard work. I've showed up every day for 2 years because I realized I needed to trust the process. It wasn't going to happen tomorrow. I wanted to leave my job. Could I do it right away? No. Am I where I want to be? No. Most people quit because they don't have patience. Don't put an expiration date on coaching. I hear this a lot. I'm just going to give it 3 months and see what I can do. I'm going to give it a year and see what I can do. I feel like that's setting yourself up for failure. Do not put an expiration date on coaching. This happened with one of my friends. Her boyfriend said, I'm going to give you 3 months. I feel like that defeated her. That did not give her hope with her success in this because there's an expiration date. I've set so many goals in this business. Do you think it's happened on that exact date that I set? No. But I pushed for it. It happened a little bit after. Don't set an expiration date on coaching. You're setting yourself up for success. The start stops most people. I already told you that. Be proud. Write this down. Be proud of the body and mind you're working on. In this moment right now, be proud of it. It might be hard for you to hit send when you're showing your transformation, but you know where you're going in this business. You know where you're going with your transformation of your body. You know where you're going with your transformation of your mind. It's not going to be easy, but be proud right now in the steps that you're making to get there. I know you can do it. Just be proud. Your biz will be successful. Write this down. Once you decide to make it successful. Your business will be successful once you decide to make it successful. And lastly, protect your time. And I'm going to go in this a little bit deeper of my takeaways from Summit. And I'm going to let the rest of our team that was there share their takeaways, but protect your time. This is the only day you're promised right now, right? This moment. Protect your time, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to do that. So I want to take you a little bit back. So when I went to my first summit in 2015 in Nashville, Tennessee, I was an Emerald coach. That was 1 year ago, you guys. I had HIT Success Club. I had one coach with me there. She wasn't even my PS coach. Shout out to you, Lauren. And we were there. I remember I was in one workshop. It was talking about sharing your story. I broke down in tears. And you know what? These ladies are going to speak tonight. And I think all of us had moments where we were just bawling our eyes out. It happens every year. It happened for me this year again. In a different way, it convicted me. But in 2015, I was convicted. I decided to go for it and not treat this business like a hobby. I didn't realize I was treating it like a hobby until I was at Summit. I wasn't being raw. I wasn't being real. I wasn't sharing my story. I wasn't being authentic. I wasn't owning it like I should have. I was showing up and posting on social media, but I wasn't owning, yes, I'm a freaking Beachbody coach until 2015. Ever since 2015, Coach Summit, my business transformed. I was able to leave my job 4 months later. To this moment and this day right now, I make more in 1 week as a coach than I did in maybe, it's starting to be like 2 months as a teacher. That's crazy. If you could put yourself on mute, that'd be great. If someone chimed in, I'm sorry I couldn't hear that. 2016, this year's summit, Nashville, Tennessee, 3-star qualifying coach. I decided this last summit to become a CEO and own my own schedule. If you guys could mute yourself, if someone could message the person who's not muted, that would be great. My thing is not letting me do it. I decided to become a CEO and own my own schedule. So you can see I did a lot of growth already, right? There's always something to learn. Always be a beginner. Just because I've been in this for 2 years, just because I'm almost a 3-star diamond doesn't mean anything. I'm a beginner. I want to be a beginner always because I know then I can grow. I'm not done growing. People are going to go slower and faster than you. I heard this at Summit. Natalie Tenassi said this. But if you are looking at all of those other people who are going at all these other paces, you are going to slow your own pace. So yeah, someone might be going faster than you, someone might be going slowing, but if you are so worried about the paces that they're going, you are slowing yourself down. You can't do that. So how I became CEO, my biggest takeaway was this. I was a chronic coach. I was all over the place. People would say, what does your day look like, Julianne? And I couldn't even tell them in a straight answer. So the first thing I implemented my schedule. Kristen, I'll come to you, or someone has questions, I'll come to you in a second. I owned my schedule. Yes, it was inconvenient. I sat down, I typed my whole schedule out. And I mean, I had a regular calendar that I would follow, but I mean, legit, like I get a notification 30 minutes before something's about to happen. You guys, I work full-time as a coach and I get up at 4:30. I don't know about you, but I think that's awesome because I have every reason to sleep in until 9 a.m. I'm not about that. I have goals to crush. I have dreams to chase. I have people to help. I get up at 4:30. And because I've made my plan so detailed, I got done with all of my work by 9 a.m. today. I'm serious. I got 30 invites out. I did all of my vital behaviors. I made announcements and recognition. I caught up in my challenge group, Vimify for Rock the Basics. In the Emerald group, I got done with all of my stuff at 9 a.m. Then the rest of the afternoon, I had to do whatever I wanted. And if I wanted to go do stuff on Facebook, I could. But I treated my business like a business with business hours. I clocked out at 9 a.m. I don't know about you. That's the kind of job I want. How many of you would love to have your whole freaking day and know you crushed it, but you didn't have to work from 6 a.m. to midnight? So when I hear that person saying that, I'm like, that's not the life I want. This is on my terms. I get it. You guys have other jobs. I did too. I was a full-time teacher. But what you need to implement, you need to make a schedule, and it has to include all of your vital behaviors. I can share this with you. You can tell me your email and Team Happy and Fit, and I'll share you my calendar. It's going to look different because I'm at a different part in this business than you, but it can get your workout done, your personal development. Do you see how those are my first two things? I get my mind right as soon as I wake up in the morning, and then I hustle. I know I'm out hustling everyone because I'm getting up at 4:30. And it's not about beating anyone, but I know I'm rocking it. So my future is not in the hands of someone else, meaning no one else is going to determine when I get paid, when I get raises, what work I need to do, who I need to work with, when my days off of work are. I determine that. So my vision, I shared this with a lot of you, the dinner table. I had a mother, single household, mom who went to work all day and to school all night. I never had a family where we sat around the dinner table and didn't worry about anything except for how each other's day was. That's my vision. That's my dream. That's why I do this. I want to be able to have flexibility to take my kids and not put them in daycare, and I want to be present. And I don't want to be on my phone all the time working. So creating that schedule is allowing me to crush it and yet set myself up for success. At Summit, my favorite moment was this. We actually skipped the closing ceremonies. So if you guys watched the closing ceremonies, we didn't. We got around, we had a house at Summit in Nashville. We left all of our phones in the bedroom. We were surrounded by this table eating pizza and drinking wine. Yes, health coaches spoil themselves sometimes. And we just started sharing our story because your story matters. Lizzie's story mattered to me. Tiffany's story mattered to me. Caitlin's story mattered to me. Jen's story mattered to me. We sat around that table for maybe 5 hours, laughing, crying, hugging, laughing some more, cracking up, pouring some more wine, finishing a couple bottles, and we just decided to skip the closing ceremony because what mattered to us was each other in that moment. You guys, coaching is real. It's the real deal. It's real relationships, real people with real stories. And we get to work with real people who care about each other. So that was probably my favorite part. It was my favorite part of Summit, actually. So Jen can't make it tonight, but I want to share, oops, sorry that this is on here. I wanted to share with you her takeaways. First of all, Jen Araza is awesome. She is been a coach since February, I think. She almost dipped out on Summit. She called me the day before, 2 days before, totally freaked out, didn't want to come, and she ended up getting a hotel room and not staying with us the first night. At least she made it to Summit, right? She realized she made a huge mistake, and I said, you should probably come back to the house. And she said, I'm there. Because she was so nervous about meeting all these other people that she didn't know. And her life was changed at Summit. So her community, or her takeaway was, this community is so real, so encouraging, and everyone wants to see you sparkle. I got a real solid in my conviction for this company. I believed in it all before Summit, but leaving Summit, I really got it. I understand a deeper level of why Beachbody does things the way they do. And that to make a bigger impact, we need to meet people where they are. We're not going to change the world from a soapbox. And it was just amazing to see her so incredibly convicted at Summit, in our house, and making those connections. I know that she is forever changed because of it. Lastly, I want to take you to Lindsay. Lindsay's been a coach for a while now. Her and Lauren are probably the ones that have been in this with me besides Sarah Freed since the beginning. So pre-Summit for Lindsay, it was all about the team, and this isn't bad, but she was losing her identity in her own business. So because of Summit, it's her own business. She runs it the way she wants it to run, and it works for her. And I think that's amazing because at the end of the day, you guys, this is your own business. So Lindsay was a little bit lost. And because of Summit, she was found with her own identity as a coach. And her other takeaway was chronic coaching versus CEO, meaning being all over the place doing all these things and taking ownership of her schedule and being fierce with her time. Wow, that was a lot. So I'm really excited to, wow, a lot of you are on here. I didn't even see it. I'm like about to cry. Team Happy and Fit has come so far. Team Happy and Fit has only existed since December, which is kind of crazy. And the fact that we're a top 100 team out of 440,000 is ridiculous, but I see why. Pretty awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a roundtable. If you guys have questions, I'm going to start checking those. But the first person I see that was at Summit on my screen is Liz. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to keep this really brief because there are so many ladies who are at Summit. Julianne just did a really awesome job of kicking us off. And oh my gosh, my heart just explodes every time I take myself back to that moment. And I know there's a lot to share, so I'm going to go quickly through mine. My biggest aha was owning your story. I know Julianne talked a little bit about that, but people aren't looking to be sold. They want to know who you are. They want to hear your story. They want your genuine personality to shine through, and meeting people where they're at. So hearing their stories as well. My best practice that I took away was the exact same thing as Julianne, time management. This summer has been a little loosey-goosey for me. And then in the fall, I start with my full-time job again. I was just talking to a bunch of my coaches today about creating a calendar and sticking to those times, not only business time, but I have spots paved out in my schedule for, this is my time to unplug. This is my time to have dinner with my husband and to talk about our day. This is my time for devotion. And then like my bedtime's in there, like 10 o'clock p.m., I lights out, I'm in bed by that time. So time management was the best practice I took away as well, and just being so fierce about that time. Like Julianne said, it doesn't have to be you're working all day long, but when you develop a schedule that works with you with your vital behaviors and then rocking a power hour each day, just totally be there with no distractions. And that's helped me a lot. And what I implemented right away when I came back was mentoring my team. My team, a lot of them are on here tonight. I love you guys. I just needed to take a step back and to understand who I was working with, who my team was. And once you do that, your tribe's going to follow you because they know you care. Like I care so deeply about the girls that are under me. A lot of times in this business, when you're leading and you're pushing towards your own goals, you just need to take a step back. And I needed to do that. I genuinely feel like I'm building my second family. And that is very important to me, that I have a family of people who trust you. Thank you, Michaela. You're amazing too, girl. And that means the world to me. I want my team to know I care. I want my team to know they're heard. I want my team to be running with me. And that means the world to me. So those are my 3 top things for you.
Yay, that's so awesome. And I can tell your team is fierce. It's amazing. Lizzie, you are up next, sister. By the way, real quick, it was crazy. Lizzie's been a coach for like 2 seconds, and she decided to come to Summit 2 seconds after she was a coach. So it's kind of crazy to think like there are coaches that have been coaching for 8 years at Summit, and then there's been coaches that have been coaching for 2 weeks. So I'm so excited for you guys to hear Lizzie's takeaway because she was our newest coach at Summit on our team.
Hey guys, okay, so my biggest aha to get started, it's kind of funny because I was a coach for literally like 2 weeks before I decided to go. So my aha was taking it all in, because it was a lot, but it was amazing. But the one thing that stuck out the most was what Liz talked about, sharing your story and not selling, because that was a concern for mine. I didn't want people to think I was trying to force a product on them. So yeah, that was big for me. But the whole thing, I took in so much information. I had a whole notebook full of stuff that was a great takeaway. Okay, moving on. Best practice, what I implemented first. I was struggling with one-on-ones. I didn't know what to say to people. And this kind of ties into the first thing that I implemented as well, owning being a coach, having confidence as a coach. I heard this story about if the house was burning down, and I didn't hear this at Summit, but this has really resonated in my mind. If the house is burning down and the firefighter came in and said, well, you guys, I think we can maybe take the back door, but I don't really know. Maybe we could go out the front. What do you guys think? You wouldn't follow him, right? So you need a firefighter that's coming in that says, I'm going to get you out of this house. I'm going to save your life. We're going now. Let's go. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm like trying to implement that CEO mindset of this is my business and I want to take you guys with me. And I'm confident in the product and myself as a coach now. Whereas before Summit, I wasn't. I was really trying hard, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I was posting a lot, but I wasn't really reaching out to people. And that's what this is about, talking to people. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What do you want to do? What are your fitness goals specifically, and what has worked for you in the past? What would you like to do? So definitely also finding my niche. I didn't really know who to reach out to, and then I posted a couple of lives and some before and afters, and I had people come to me. And now I have all these people coming to me that I didn't have to go out and do a random invite. They're posting on my photos and asking for more information. So like Julianne was saying about kind of just letting your freak flag fly. Be a weirdo. If you're a weirdo, like just find other weirdos that click with you. And I'm pretty weird, and I've found that I have a lot of friends that are super artsy and creative and just like really out there. So I would love those kind of people on my team, and those are the people I'm going after. Really driven, really motivated, artsy people. Okay, last thing, why I love Summit. Just to connect with these women. Best thing I've done in a long time. I felt super alone for a long time, actually, and I didn't really have many girlfriends. And this has totally changed my life. And I can't even say that enough. Like every single aspect of my life, just being a coach, this is who I am. And I think that I can be a great coach and do really well in this business. And having everyone's support and them listen to me and just understand where I'm coming from, that was huge. So yes, if you weren't there, if you haven't got your ticket already, go get it right now. It's going to change your life. Even, coaching changes your life, but Summit is going to take you to the next level. Okay, I talked a really long time, so.
I got goosebumps because I wish I would have started leading sooner. I didn't know how. I didn't know what to do. And I just feel like you are at such an advantage, which is so awesome. Kara, sister, you are up.
You just say Kara.
Yes. Girl, you drive me crazy. I'm just playing. But you're on mute, so no one's going to hear you even if you talk. On mute. There.
Okay, there we go. Are you muting me? You're muting me. I would have to say my aha moment coming from Summit was I didn't dig deep before Summit. When you see, SC10 or SC12 each month, it's because I'm inviting 3 times, 4 times, 5 times that many people each and every month. And I hear a lot of no's. I hear a lot of not right nows. I hear a lot of excuses. And I've been a coach since November, but I started inviting about February or March. But I was just stopping at the no. I was just stopping at the excuse. I was confident in our products and Shakeology at that point, but I wasn't confident in myself being a coach. And I'm a branch manager for a living. So I'm pretty embarrassed to say that. So my aha moment was I wasn't taking ownership of the coaching and the leadership ability and digging deeper into those excuses or those just the one answer I would get back after you kind of pour your heart out, and then you get the one answer and you're like, you know. So moving on, best practice. Best practice. I'm digging deeper now. You know, it's not just a no. And Sherry and I actually had a really good call today. And just to me, I don't know why this is, and maybe somebody else has this too happen, where if somebody else gives you, you know, somebody else's response to their invite, why is it so much easier to coach that versus coaching yourself in knowing what to say? I feel like I'm so much better coaching somebody else what to say than coaching myself. So I'm working on the digging deeper, going for no, but digging deeper once I go for the no. And to sum it up, why I love Summit, and I really didn't share this at the table, but I was very anxious. Like I told my husband the night before, I was like, I'm regretting my decision. I don't know how this is going to play out. I know a handful of girls. And I really didn't have that many close girlfriends back in high school. I could emulate more with the guys and relate to the guys because then I was an athlete and that was my identity and that's all I knew. So just the connections and the relationships in that last day, we didn't even go to closing ceremony, but I mean, it was awesome. It was more than I could ever hope for. And that connected to the taking ownership of the coaching opportunity and the opportunity for freedom and not just financial freedom. Like I want the people I love to feel that. And I know they don't feel that in their jobs 9 to 5 and working when somebody else tells them to work. So that's me.
You're amazing. And you are a top Success Club earner this last month. So you're fierce and you're amazing. And we're so glad you're here. Kim, you're up next.
Woohoo. All right. Okay. Best aha moment. 4 vital behaviors are so important. I think we heard 4 vital behaviors, 4 vital behaviors, 4 vital behaviors like a million times over, to the point of like, you know, where you hear a word so many times it starts to sound weird. It never started sounding weird, but we just heard it that many times. It's so important. The statement that's kind of stuck with me, I've actually put a sticky note on my computer: your business will only grow as much as you grow. So coming back to that personal development, making sure that I'm getting that in every day. It used to be kind of one of the things I'm like, oh, I'll get it in the car, but I haven't been going anywhere lately. So I need to make sure I'm getting it in. One thing that really struck home for me, a big aha, was that it needs to be a family business and there needs to be communication. And one of the things that we talk about a lot at school is clarity precedes confidence, and the open communication needs to be there all the time. And that was one thing that I was leaving out at home, was the clarity and the communication between my husband and myself. And it's kind of creating a little frustration and friction about the business. But we've had a lot more open conversations about it since I came home. And I'm really starting to find the balance between my business and my house and my job and everything else. And so setting business hours is another big aha thing. So a best practice, 2 kind of tips with you. The rest of you guys shared awesome stuff, but like one tip is to take a screenshot of the successes that people share with you at the end of a challenge, and then kind of file those away in a little folder. And then you can use those successes, whether they're pictures or verbiage of, you know, like have your challengers share with you a couple sentences about how they feel or how the challenge went, and then take a screenshot of it and save it so that you can go back to those words later and use them for future things. You know, when you're talking to having conversations with people or you're putting stuff out there. And the other one was, I think it was Shelly Gonzalez maybe, said that we need to stay fit as coaches. We need to work on our follow through. We need to be intentional about what we do, and we need to trust that it takes time. So staying fit in our business, and then to have systems in place to make sure all of that fit happens. And then I guess just to kind of keep going is that the first thing I implemented from when I came home from Summit was that I was fierce about my conversations. I no longer was that firefighter walking in saying, do you want to go this way or should we go that way? Do you need to grab this first? Cause I don't know. Like, I was like, dude, you need Shakeology and this is what it's going to do for you. And And I was like, I was actually sharing with the girls on the way home, like some messages that I was doing, like, look at me, look at this, look what I was doing. So like getting fierce about that and like no apologies about the business, because I know in my heart and in my head and my whole body that it's going to change their life. So owning that. And then the thing that I love the most about Summit is the community, the training, just being together, the super workouts. I mean, it's all amazing. But by far that last night sitting around the table and letting them all drink the wine, because I don't drink, but just, enjoying each other's company and bonding with those girls. Because like Kara said, I'm the same thing. I did not connect with girls in high school. I was not that girl that was super popular. I was a good athlete and I was well known for that. And, which kind of made me a target for some negativity in the female world. So my best friends were guys. And so it's been really hard to kind of open up and connect with a positive group of women, because that's just not been my past. But I'm so glad I let my guard down, and I'm so glad I let these ladies love on me and connect, because I can now super excited to see them show up on my Facebook feed and see their smiling faces right now in front of me on the Zoom, because I know they're amazing. I know they've got my back, and together we're going to change the world one life at a time. So.
Boom. It's like Shanti's drop the mic. Okay. That was so good. I want to share Caitlin's takeaway real fast. Her connection isn't so good. It says this: number one, I have the ability to be a better leader. I am not limited by my lack of leadership now. Number two, getting a calendar and a routine together and sticking to it rather than winging my schedule and getting off track. I am so guilty of that before Summit. And this week has been a game changer for my business and myself and my health and my everything. You guys, if you keep hearing those things, everyone's saying the schedule, and you'd hear the top coaches saying, I just stuck to my schedule. And you're like, fine, I'll just sit down, take the time to actually do it. And I'll share my schedule with you for sure. Going live and adding Kyle as a coach. So as soon as Caitlin got back from Summit, she is at Success Club 6. I think it's the 4th. She added 3 people to her team. She's so close to diamonds. You guys, this happened overnight because she just was being so fierce about it. Friendships were the most important. We are a family, and it's unlike anything I've ever been a part of before. I love you all, is what she said. And it's so true. And the thing is Summit doesn't have to be that place for you. Our team page can be that place for you. Getting a success partner can be that place for you. As far as Kim saying procedures and all those types of things, our team has the most amazing trainings. Our team has the most amazing tools for you. If you do not utilize them, if you're onboarding a new coach, you're like, I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. 101. Next step, that Go Emerald. That's something that we learned at Summit, implemented it right away for all of you. And it's going crazy in there. There's a reason why we give you those. And it's interesting to me when people are like, oh, this just isn't working for me. I'm like, what? No, you're just choosing to not be patient and stick with it and do it every day. This is for everyone. Not everyone is willing to be patient through it. Awesome. Kim, go ahead real fast.
So the other thing that is awesome, not only about Happy and Fit, yes, Julia and Sarah and all of them, they crank out all kinds of crazy cool stuff for us, but our motherships as well. We had Team Rockstar Fit Day on Thursday, the day before Summit started, and not every team gets that. And we had top amazing leaders like Vito and Trina and all the star diamonds sharing their wisdom with us that other people were just hanging out in town or just showing up that day. So we've got amazing stuff all the way up. So take advantage of it.
It's so crazy. Our team is so different. And all the other top coaches were talking to Trina going, wait, you're doing what? She's like, yeah, we're running a training all day. And I can tell you we were out hustling everyone. It was awesome. Pam, you're up next, sister.
Hi. I have a lot of takeaways, like a lot. So it's really, really hard. So I'll try to be quick. The biggest aha moment for me was to embrace failures. That's something that I have known really for the past year, but I still have a really hard time with that. Like if it's a challenger that quits when you have more, you can see more for them than they can see for themselves. That's a real problem. And then seeing coaches quit, getting that email in the back office when it, like you said, was a close friend that didn't even have the guts to tell you they were going to quit. Those in my mind are failures, but you've got to learn to move past them. And it just comes with the territory, and you can't take it personal. That was my biggest thing, was embracing failures. Shailene Johnson's, I swear, she said this one comment that stuck out to me more than anything, and it was how your story is your most powerful tool. And everybody's story is different, whether it's financial or, for me, it's weight loss and how my entire health has turned around because of coming into Beachbody. So find your story and use it, and get emotional with people, because that is how you get them to act. That was huge for me, listening to her talk. And another one was Lindsay Matway, when she said, she used the baby analogy. She was like, babies learn how to sit up, they learn how to crawl, they learn how to run, they learn how to fall, they learn how to get up again. And that's embracing failures as well, but that's how you grow. That was another big one for me. And coaching is just like that. You're not going to get up and sprint as a new coach, even a year or two into it. It takes time. And this was my second summit, and literally last year I was a baby coach, literally not knowing what workout to do. This year I felt more confident. I actually had coaches that went with me, and I know next year is even going to be better. So you have to be patient and you have to be consistent. Those were my biggest takeaways.
So true. You're amazing. Sorry I interrupted, because I just got so excited about everything you just said.
And as far as implementing, is taking leadership role. Last year leadership was not even on my radar. I didn't know what the crap I was doing. I drove to Nashville, literally down talking myself the entire way. It was a 4-hour drive of, why are you doing this? You're an idiot. You're driving to Nashville to meet people you do not know. What if they're psychos? I had all this negativity going through my mind. You don't have the money to do this. And when I got there, I literally pulled up and they were waiting on me in the lobby of the hotel with open arms, and everything changed for me. And it's not been the same since. So this year it was completely different. And I realized last year's summit trip was a game changer for me. So if you've not been there, you need to go next year. It doesn't make a way to go. It changes everything. So that's mine.
And it's
that's a condensed version, but it's mine.
No, it's so good. It's not even like it's one thing you're going to hear and be like, oh yeah, it's just the experience. I'm really excited for our next coach to talk, Marilyn. When I heard about Marilyn, she just became an Emerald coach. So when I saw her, I was like, she probably was like, I don't know who you are, Julianne. Marilyn, congratulations.
Yeah. She went Emerald at Summit, by the way. So how exciting was that? That was awesome.
So awesome. But she probably was like, who is this girl? But I'm like, great job. Marilyn, go ahead.
Yes. Hey. Okay, so I got a lot of takeaways. I really enjoyed Summit. The first thing is, I get, when I started coaching, I didn't realize that I'm a CEO. Like, I kept hearing that you're a CEO. So, like, that completely changed my thinking of this whole coaching thing. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a CEO. I have a business. So I need to treat it like a business, like with the business hours, because I'm a chronic coach. I coach all day at work, all the time. Like, I'm always on my phone, and I have to have a schedule and treat this like a business. The other thing I learned was there's no perfect post, because I over-obsess about if the letters are the right size, if they're the right color, if they're the right shape, should they be tilted, should they be curved, like completely over-obsess over my post. So there's no perfect post. The other thing, personal development. Like, I'll go a week and I'll do it, and then the next week I won't do it. But I can't have a good business if I don't do it every day. So I got to do personal development more. And the most important thing is that success is not above me. Like, I went there and I'm like, these people are like amazing. And I'm like, but I can do this too. So if I'm a CEO, I can have the farm that I want. I need to just get it. So that really hit home, that, success is not above me. Oh, last thing, I promise. I worked out with Shalene, and she was like, we are all on our planet. She was like, everybody that's at this summit is crazy and they love turbo because I love turbo. She was like, you're on your planet with everybody's the same. So I'm like, you know what? She's right. We're all the same. We all love fitness. We're all different shapes and sizes, which is awesome. But we all love the same thing, which is fitness and helping people. And that's just very comforting because I've been in other groups, like running groups, and it wasn't good. So, but this is a good group and I like it. And I'm really enjoying it. That's it.
Boom! And you want to know what's crazy? Our tagline is success is not above you, like Team Happy and Fit. That's totally our tagline because it's so true. And you guys, this is all of our first time doing life. Like no one's better at life than anyone else. Like this is our first time at it. So who are you going to let someone else determine how you should run your life and have your life? No one has that control on you unless you let them. So I'm saying we all need to get together and just freaking go and do not let anyone get in your way. Jordan, you're up. I'm so stoked to hear what you have to say. I'm so proud of you.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say, do you hear the conviction in every one of these voices? Like, if you don't have that, freaking get it. All right, so my aha moment was figure out your story and be transparent. So this is something that Sean T said. He actually made me cry, and it wasn't just because he was, like, showing his abs, although that helped. But he said, put your life on a TV screen, and are you showing it to people? Like, is that what you're showing people? So that was my biggest aha moment. So I've been trying to put that in posts and everything. And then the first thing I wanted to implement was communication with my boyfriend. And I haven't been I guess I just didn't know what to talk about with him. So I was like, I'm going to go home and talk to him, let him know, like, this is what I want to do, have an hour every day, do it, just so he knows and he's not like, and then I become better with my time so I'm not on the phone when I'm with him and that. Best practice, this kind of goes, I don't even know, but be a product of the product. So one of the 4 vital behaviors, I do workouts every day and drink my shake, but one of the things I think I was struggling with is nutrition. And I'm like, okay, I'm not really, because that's part of the product is the nutrition part in the pamphlets and everything. So those are my, aha, yes, you got it.
You're amazing. It's just kind of cool too. Like, it was just moments where it all hit us at different parts, and it was just so cool to come together and be there for each other in those aha moments, in those times of transparency in real, raw, authentic ways, and to have each other's backs. And you guys, this is not to make you feel left out. This is to show you, like, look what we're a part of. We create that through our messages. We create that through our team page. It's not just something created and stays at Summit. It's not. It is actively pursuing and connecting to the team. And you can have that. And isn't it kind of weird that we all met online for the most part? Like, isn't that like creepy? It's like online dating, but online friendships. Anyway, Tiffany, sister, you're up. I'm so stoked to hear you. Let's hear it.
Hey guys. I guess my biggest kind of aha moment was just kind of meeting everyone. And it wasn't just the people from our team. It was everyone just at Summit and realizing that they were just everyday people like ourselves. And it made me think, because you put everybody kind of on a pedestal and you think that they're really, they have something extra special. And it makes me kind of doubt myself and think that, I can't be just as amazing as them. But it kind of put me, shined a new light on it, saying that I could be just as great or just as amazing as them. And so I need to work at putting my blinders on and just focusing on me and doing what I doing and just doing me and sharing my story and knowing that my story is important too.
It's so important. You guys all have to go listen to Confidence on the Go. Listen to the Comparison podcast. The coach on our team, Sam, told me about it. It is so good. Everyone needs to listen to it. It's amazing. Sarah Free. Oh, so Mariah's back. Mariah, okay. First of all, you guys get some fire extinguishers because Mariah was legitimately like blazing us all with fire in the house. And it was just like, I don't like, girl, like it was awesome. Like, don't ask about our hair during Summit because that humidity was not happening for us. Blow it away. Go ahead, Mariah.
Okay, so my biggest takeaway definitely was a lot like, but your eyebrows. Thanks, girl. So my biggest takeaway definitely was with Jordan, where Shanti, guys, he like dropped the mic. And just a little background, he was talking about this Netflix show that I ended up finding. And he pretty much said that they're able to put a chip behind your neck and be able to like put on the screen your life. So when you are sitting there and you're adding extras to a story, somebody could be like, hey, put it on the screen. And you would have to check yourself, like, can I put it on the screen? And it'd be like real, raw, and transparent. And that for me was a gut check because we put it on the TV. Because when you are sitting there posting and when you're sitting there doing anything in your life, can you be like 110% and say, I'm being honest and I'm being raw about it, or I'm leaving something out because I'm, embarrassed, or am I adding something to it because I want to seem cool? And that for me was my biggest takeaway. Like hands down, I just dropped the mic on that one. And then the next thing I think, sorry, there's just so much going on. I'm at work. The biggest thing that I did when I came home and I implemented is my husband got home and I put business hours together and I became a freaking CEO. I made a calendar and I said, this is when I'm going to work. This is how I'm going to work, and I'm not going to overwork myself. I am here for 14 hours. I don't need to overwork myself more than I already do. So why am I going to overwork something that's simple? If I make sure that I work out every day at 4 o'clock, get my PD in, get my 4 vital behaviors, I'm working as a CEO, I can be done at 11, have the rest of the day for my husband, have the rest of the day, to hang out or do whatever, chill by the pool, because we get to live by design, because it's awesome. And then Jules, what was the third thing that I was supposed to talk about?
Obesity. Oh, never mind. First thing that I mentioned, why you love Summit. And that was like you were really fired up about that.
I was going to talk about that. Okay. Wait, I'm so lost. What did I love about Summit?
No, why you love Summit.
Oh, I love Summit because I got to get together with a bunch of you guys and it was awesome. And we were in the house and I swear I turned into like a black preacher in that house. Like I went off because I just got so passionate. Guys, listen to me if you're not listening. If you're sitting there looking at the TV instead of me, you are a badass. You can do anything you want. Stop letting other people dictate what's going on in your life. If you want to sit there and be part-time, be part-time. If you want to sit there and own this business, own this business. We don't got time for that. We do not have time for anything else but the best. So, Sarah, I see you smiling. You can totally do this, girlfriend. I'm serious. So every single one of you who's sitting there waiting for some, I don't know, God to smack you on the head or something, I'm smacking you right now. Wake up. Go run this business. Know that you can do it and know that you are amazing. It's plain and simple. That was the biggest takeaway because we were in that house and I did not give two darns about the closing ceremony because we were literally breaking bonds in that house, talking about everything and anything that people were going through, and it was incredible. That is what this is about. That is what this community is about, and being there for each other. And just, oh my gosh, it's so much more than shakes and workouts. I'm telling you guys, it is awesome. The tribe is ridiculous. Morgan, I love you. Guys, you guys can do whatever you want. And then what Julianne was talking about really quick, because I have to go give a report, is the biggest thing that I want you to hold on to is if you don't know your why in this business, find it. My biggest why, I have a nursing background. That is my passion. Carl Deichler said something, if you guys weren't paying attention to the opening ceremony. There are 265 million people that are becoming obese, if not already, and overweight. Do not come talking to me about you don't have anybody to talk to. 265 million people, let's go. Get to work. We have plenty of people to reach out to. They need our help, okay?
I'm surprised you didn't drop any cuss words, honestly.
I saw Marilyn's daughter or son or somebody. I saw a kid somewhere running around. I was trying really hard.
You said darn twice. That was really good.
Trying. I almost said the F word. I was trying.
Seriously, you
I
need
saw
to
kids.
slow down your cussing. And I'm like, I can't help it. I'm so fired up. All right, we're leaving this with a bang. My soul sister, success partner. If I miss someone, comment below. Sarah Freed.
Hey, I can't not laugh when Mariah gets like that, first of all. Okay, so my biggest takeaway, I have a few of them, and I would say definitely the patience thing, because Julian and I have been doing this the same length of time, and I can say the exact same thing about my business. I've had tons of people quit, and it sucks, but it's like, what could they have accomplished? And that's always like what has kept me running with this business and never giving up, is what can I do? Like, what can I accomplish? Because I understand like what's possible, and Summit really opens your eyes to what is possible with coaching. But it's always been in my mind of, so funny. It's always been in my mind, you know, what am I going to be able to accomplish? What is my business going to look like if I stick it out 5, 10, 15 years and everything? You guys got to stop commenting. You're making me laugh. So anyways, yeah, patience. Like, here's the thing. This business is not like any other business. So, right, like we go to work and we know like how much we're going to make per hour in our typical 9-to-5 jobs, right? This business isn't like that. It takes 3 months for what you do in your business to show up financially. So you're not going to just sign up as a coach and all of a sudden you're making like $30 an hour or whatever. It doesn't work like that. But the cool part of the fact that it doesn't work like that is you can make way more than your 9-to-5 jobs, for one, and you can have freedom of time. So like Julian was saying that she can get all her work done by 10 o'clock. My business looks a little bit different because I have running the kids to school in the morning to schedule in there too. But it's the same thing. I have these huge chunks of time where I can go do something else that's non Beachbody related. And my life was never like that. So, you know, if you're willing to stick it out, what you're going to be able to accomplish is going to be amazing. It's going to be such a game changer for your family. And then the other thing was, I'm very upfront that like when I joined as a coach, I was like very interested in the financial benefit of coaching. And I don't think that's wrong to say. That attracts a lot of people to coaching. Is, you know, you might be talking to somebody and they're broke, or they're having to pick up extra hours at work, or they're living paycheck to paycheck, and letting them know that there's a financial benefit to being a coach might be the reason you sign somebody up. And it was a huge reason, aside from the fact that I do love fitness, it was a huge reason why I signed up. But what I didn't expect is all the female relationships that came with coaching. So completely, I mean, I was telling a story when we were in that house sharing stories about how about 6 months before, I'm not going to go through my whole story, but about 6 months before I became a coach, I was sitting on the floor of my kids' playroom with my mother-in-law, and I was crying because my husband was like gone at work all the time, and I was home with the kids, and my coworkers would go out for like drinks all the time. And it was just the point where they didn't ask me if I wanted to go, because they're like, you know, we know she can't go. She has her kids to pick up. And so it was just really hard because I didn't have those female relationships in my life. So it's crazy because like God gives you what you need. And 6 months later, Kristen asked me about coaching, sent me a webinar. And when I heard about it, I went ahead and signed up. So it became so much more than just what the business can do for me financially. It became all of the friendships. And when I went to Summit for the first time, it was so cool because you see all these people on video, and then all of a sudden you see them in person. And it's kind of funny because it's like, oh my God, you're so much taller than I expected, and you're so much shorter than I expected, and all of those things. And this time around, we had so many more people there, and our family's just going to keep growing, which is so amazing because so many people need this gift in their life. Like, they don't have time, they don't have money, they're out of shape, they're lacking confidence, all of those things. It's so like so many people need that. So you have a gift, and to me, like I have an obligation to share that gift with people. You know, I've paid off a lot of student loans and things like that. If I just keep that to myself, that doesn't make sense to me. Like I need to share that with other people. So those are my two biggest takeaways.
Man, and it kind of reminds me of, write this down. Vito Lafata just handles it like a boss. He's like, oh, you think I should go get a real job. Let's tell me on your life. Like, okay, so who dictates how much you get paid? Who dictates when you work? Who dictates this, if you can get your kids when they're sick, like all this stuff. Like, sell me on the job you want with your negativity. I don't think so. I'm good. And he said this, these are 5 ways that this business provides freedom for people. You'll want to write this down, because if you start posting about this, people are going to want to join. Freedom of location. Think about it. A lot of us were just in Nashville. A lot of people can get off work for it, right? Freedom of location, freedom of time. How many of you want to be so present with the people in your life? That's probably my number 1 drive in this. The freedom of time. To be able to go to the post office whenever I want, versus when I was working crazy teaching hours, I could only go on the weekends and then get my oil changed on the weekends and have all these extra tasks to do and couldn't spend time with my family. The freedom of finances. How many of you are just wanting to pay off debt? If any of your kid, like all of a sudden you have a hospital bill, or someone hits your car, or your house needs new roofing, like all this stuff, you guys, it's not bad. Listen to Build Your Tribe, Chalene Johnson, Make Money Mindset. She has a really awesome Christian perspective. Yes, the root of all evil is money. The money is root of all evil. If that's your main drive and core, where you're going to screw other people over, where you're not going to care about people like that. But if your drive financially for freedom is to create more blessings for people, to be less stressed in your relationships, to be able to say, hey, mom, here's $500. You did so much for me. I want you to go treat yourself to something. It is okay to have financial freedom. Stop making it you think that that's a selfish thing. It's going to make your family better, other people better in your life. The freedom of people, who you get to work with, who you get to be surrounded around. Positivity, right? People who are driven. There's a lot of people with very narrow minds. When I first started coaching, that had never been more apparent than when I started coaching from then on. How many people have narrow minds? And the freedom of purpose. Actually waking up, living on purpose, and choosing to be better each day. Those are the 5 freedoms this business gives you. And I don't know about you, that drives me, that moves me, that makes me, this coaching thing is a gift. People miss out if we don't show up. We have a gift to give people. It's not just fitness, it's not just nutrition. We have a gift from less stress, free from anxiety, from pain and struggle that we have gone through in our lives. We have a gift to give people where they can see the light and see that whatever they want to pursue in life, like my biggest drive, like Lizzie wants to perform around the country and work from her phone with her band and pursue her talents. I've never been more driven. Liz Colborn is about to have her baby soon in a couple months. I don't want her to be away from her baby. I want her to be so present with her baby. And not only that, her husband is pursuing his dreams. I want him to do that. I want him to crush that. Bethany wants to do this full time. I am working my booty off to make sure that that can happen. Kim has an amazing job, but you want to know something? This coaching thing is even bigger and better than that other job, meaning she can reach more people and do more with coaching than her awesome job that she has, that she doesn't have to live a life of the rhythm of rush, that she can legitimately slow down. Sherry Christian has this insane fitness mentality of how many people she can help, but at the same time, she wants to do this because she knows that Beachbody is the tool and the way to reach more people and make that happen, and also allow the main squeeze in her life to pursue whatever he wants to do. I don't know about you, but that drives me. Jayla wants to be a stay-at-home mom. That drives me because I know you're freaking wise. I'm not in this just for myself. Sarah's not in this just for herself. We see your whys. We hear your whys. Tell us your whys. Mine is to have family dinners. There you go. That's it. And I want the freedom of time. And I want this for you. But at the end of the day, you have to decide, do you want it? Are you willing to be patient? Sarah's right. You're not, it's a delayed gratification business. It's a delayed reward business. It's not going to happen overnight. And it's like winning the lottery, but better because you freaking earned it. And I am telling you, if you out hustle everyone else and you show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. I had one of my closest friends quit without even telling me, who had so much potential in this and didn't do that. That rocked my world until I realized I've got this. I have a whole team of people who I can help. If you guys aren't going to understand your potential with this coaching thing, that's up to you. You've got this. Whatever your why is, let that be your drive. You don't have to do this to quit your job. You heard Mariah. She's passionate about nursing, helping babies, helping kids, right? Not babies. Don't talk to her about that. She gets grossed out at childbirth. But she has this incredible why to end the trend of obesity. Whatever your why is, don't let anyone else make you think that that's stupid. Don't let anyone else determine whether you should do that or not. It's your purpose, your drive. Whatever you want, you can have if you choose to go after it. There's going to be tough days. You're going to have days where people quit on you. You're going to have days where you don't hit your goal. You're going to have all that stuff. But I'm telling you, I was in the tunnel with Sarah Freed. We've been in this together since day one, practically. We're standing in a tunnel about to get recognized for something. And another thing is, like, don't chase recognition. That's so empty. But we had this moment. We looked at each other. Our eyes were welled up because we didn't give up. We looked at each other and we're like, man, I remember all the days we'd call each other crying, all the days like we were disappointed. People are going to be critical the more you grow in leadership. People are going to be critical of the things that you're doing, but we didn't let them rock our world. We started to rock our own worlds, and you know what? We're going. So at the end of the day, if you're going to crawl, it's your own pace. I'm not crawling. I'm going for it. But the cool thing in this business is go at whatever speed you want. Do not look around and think that that's the speed you have to go. However, don't sell yourself short. Don't think you can't go for something just because you don't think you can. Work on that mindset. You freaking got this. Let's take a picture. Everybody put up their hearts and let's rock it. Let's crush it. Let's do this thing. Lean on the team. Connect with the team. This is powerful, you guys. This is the real freaking deal. All right, I'm going to take a picture now because I talk way too much. All right, smile. Oh, I just love you guys so much. I'm going to stop the recording.